Welcome back to the Charismatic Voice. YouTube can be difficult to navigate, especially music on YouTube. So I want to start out today's video by first saying a huge thank you to Napalm Records. They were one of the first record companies to start working with the Charismatic Voice to pave our path forward and make it possible for me to listen to any artist that caught my nerdy attention. So today's song was specifically recommended by Nat from Napalm, who is the best. Sometimes I think she knows my musical preferences even better than I do. And she's so respectful and careful about making any recommendation. Thus, I think that this video is going to be freaking amazing. So let's get to it.
They've seen me pick the bottle up and put the Bible down. They've heard me crying out more times than I can count. They've seen me fall, seen me crawl, seen me stand. They know what I'm not and they know who I am. If these walls could talk, they tell the hell and the secrets the demons have for. They know just how far I've come. If these walls could talk.
They see me talk. Pause. I let that run a little longer because I wanted to get into this whole sound. And then once I was in it, the emotion just started pulling me. It's really touching immediately from the beginning. I love the way that we have this acoustic setup. I was expecting something that was going to be just sort of metal slam into my face. And instead, once again, Nat knows me so well. You guys know me so well. You know that one of my absolute favorite things is when I get a stripped down performance where I have just an instrument and a voice. Give me just guitar and a voice, just piano and a voice, where it's really a lot lighter. I love those kinds of performances, especially when you have these mega rock voices like Scott Stapp's, right? He was the lead singer of Creed for years and years. And then I know that at one point they had I think they paused for a little bit and he went and did some solo stuff. He's still doing tons and tons of stuff. This is from an album that was just released, I think March 15th, called Higher Power. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the beginning. We're gonna break down why this is so incredible. Well, we're gonna try to break that down. I'm not sure. This has that something else factor. I'm gonna try, guys. Okay, here. The attack of the guitar from the very beginning is great. It's like, boom. It's definitive.
They've seen me pick the bottle up and put the Bible down. They've heard me crying out more times than I can count. They've seen me fall, seen me crawl, seen me stand.
Okay, so there's a lot to unpack in his sound. The very first impression I think most people will have is that it has a lot of power, a depth, some oomph to it. Even though it doesn't sound like he's blasting yet, you still have this just solid presentation of a voice. There's a lot of inherent strength. Right? This is not a really high sitting voice too. This is one that it's more baritone-ish, I would describe it, though we'll see where he goes with this. On the flip side, though, even though it's so strong and the presentation immediately feels full, it also feels really personal. I love the way that they've recorded his voice for this because they've captured both sides. It's really hard to, I think, capture depth and power and that feeling that he might just be whispering this in your ear at the same time. Beautiful, beautifully done. Then there's this like just a tiny bit of gravel naturally inherent to his sound, which gives a little edge, a little rock kind of vibe. I'm fascinated though, especially by the enunciation and the way he brings in sort of a country twang at one point. That instead of being totally country, it actually goes into more of a grunge kind of feeling. It's like somewhere sort of between a few different genres. And you can really hear this when he gets up into his higher stuff. He's not quite opening his mouth up as much as I might see somebody else in just rock genre, period. He's just opening a little bit and really causing a lot more, I think, soft palate drop to give it a little more nasality and clarity, but that isn't disturbing the quality of the sound at all. Okay, I've talked a whole bunch already. I'm gonna go back and see if I can point out some examples of these things, okay?
They've seen me pick the bottle up and put the Bible down.
So that balance in the depth and the close, you hear it in the breath there immediately. You hear there's like a low, cushy kind of sound that's inherent in the voice, but then you have the breath down. You hear a little breathiness right afterwards. One more time on that spot.
They've seen me pick the bottle up and put the Bible down.
Yeah, there's just down. There's a sigh that's on top of the voice at that point. Oh, nice.
They've seen me pick the bottle up and put the Bible down. They've heard me crying out more times than I can count. They've seen me fall, seen me cross, seen me stand.
That's a great example of the shift in the enunciation. So stand is often really open in the mouth. Ah, ah, ah. If you saw Pavarotti singing an ah vowel, it would be like big, wide open mouth with a ski slope tongue. And here, his mouth, you can obviously, this is a music video, but I'm guessing that he's actually singing for this, or at least closely showing what he would be doing. And he keeps the mouth a lot more closed. Stand. There's a nice lift right here as well. And it sounds like we get just a little more nasality there. Hence that idea about a little country flair, but really just, I feel like it has a lot of grunge influence.
They've seen me fall, seen me cross, seen me stand.
All right here instead of ah.
They know what I'm not and they know who I am.
I love the slides off.
If these walls could talk, they'd tell the hell and the secrets the demons are for.
There's this really lovely light slide that he's doing at the ends of phrases, like fought. And it gives you the idea at the phrases that he's sort of fallen down a lot. And his life has been plagued by struggles. I feel so much respect and admiration for artists that take those struggles and use them to continually renew themselves, continually renew their message so that they can essentially just put what it means to be human into music and connect to us all. Tell us all that no matter where you are, where you've been, you can still keep going. I think that's really, really beautiful. So the little slides he's doing at the end here, I guess the best way to put it is they feel just really human to me.
They tell the hell and the secrets the demons are for.
That.
They just how far I've come. If these walls could talk.
One other thing in here, he's doing a really great job of sort of gauging how much gravel to let enter the sound at times. For example, on Just, at one point, that it was expressing how very difficult it was to get through something. He had a lot more grit in there. And then he reeled it back in. And this quiet part that felt a lot more inner, contemplative, that quiet part, he took all of the grit out of. There was just a really nice air on the sound. Let's go back one more time here. Oh, back further. Let's come on right here. Right there. We had that little grit. And on Ive on that side too. Really nice. Just a dab. Okay.
They see me talking to myself and talking to God. They see me at the bottom praying for the top. They've seen me fall, seen me crawl, seen me stand. They know what I'm not anymore, and they know who I am. If these walls could talk.
This is my first time hearing Dorothy, y'all. I've got some shivers going. Though I have to say, I think the shivers really hit when the two of them started singing together. She's got a lot of power to pack behind her sound. It's so interesting hearing her sound after his. Hers has more closure. I don't hear as much air escaping from the true folds when they go wacka, 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 right? You can have more air escaping, you get more air in the tone. Hers is really closed, but it is also a really thick, meaty kind of sound. I was thinking that the ideal combination with Scott's voice was going to be something light and sort of like a filigree. And then she started singing, and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm wrong. His voice already has soulful in it, and now she's got soulful to go with it, but a different kind of soulful. It's like, I'm going to come up with some food that it reminds me of. Okay, we're going to come back here. Oh, it was such a powerful entrance. Oh, back further. Even talk, his mouth is very closed.
They see me talking to myself and talking to God.
The way she delivers self reminds me so much of Adele right there. But she has got a deeper tone overall than Adele, which is, Adele already had a really deep tone, right? There's a lot. And she's also got so much snarl naturally on the sound. Jeez.
They see me talking to myself and talking to God. They see me at the bottom praying for the top.
I like that line.
They've seen me fall, seen me crawl, seen me stand. They know what I'm not anymore, and they know who I am. If these walls could talk,
They tell the hell and the secrets, the demons I fought. They know just how far I've come. If these walls could talk.
I'm really touched by the message in here. This idea of sort of this sense of loneliness that a person goes through often when just struggling. It's sort of amazing. I know so many people that have stories about crying on a bathroom floor. I feel like bathroom floors, if bathroom floors could talk, they would give stories about the struggles that people have been through. And and in this song, it feels like there is so much respect for human struggle, which is just wonderful. I know that it sucks to go through a struggle. I've been there so many times myself, but it makes us better. We can choose to learn from it and choose to grow, and I think that that's just a really beautiful thing. I celebrate growth in life, so it really gets to me. Yeah. Wow. So many times alone in a room, just working through it all, y'all.
If these walls could talk, they'd tell the hell and the secrets, the demons I fought. They know just how far I've come.
I love that, Carrie. So the two of them together have this brilliant balance in their sound. That's why I said first set of chills really was the moment after they started singing. It hits hard because I feel that you essentially have two different, really different tone qualities that somehow matched up together. And maybe that's just because they so strongly relate to this struggle in common. I love the way that they've balanced each other out in the harmonies here. She ends up being a little bit softer, like just giving it a little more fluffy. And he keeps his strong and focused and supportive. And then that moment at just before I paused, where she lingered and had a little rundown, I think even though they are singing the same thing, it's very clearly painting a picture for us that it's two people experiencing the same thing, but totally alone at the same time, that you do have to go through a lot of things in life alone. Oh, really, really tough. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to keep going.
They know just how far I've come. If these walls could talk, had to live.
I just figured out what food they are. I'm so sorry for y'all that were like, oh, I'm going to hear more of the song here. They have a new album. Just go get the album, go get the song, y'all, if you want to hear it all the way through. Right now, let's talk about what food they represent in this song together. It's so soulful. So I was like, okay, soulful foods, but where can I go with this? Because we have two such different sounds. I think they're chicken and waffles, y'all. I'm sorry, I can't even finish saying that without laughing, but they're chicken and waffles, okay? Scott is the waffle because it's got the fluffiness in it, right? Otherwise, it'd be a pancake. He's the waffle. He's got the grooves from all of the different times in life, and she's totally the chicken, like fried chicken here, okay? Because it's got that crunch, but it's probably like dark meat on the inside because it's got that deep coloring, and then together is like they're brought together by syrup being poured on top. Okay, chicken and waffles. Here we go.
Had to live, had to learn, had to burn it all down.
Oh.
I had to get lost to get found. If these were
Oh, that was some beautiful, beautiful lyrics. So since this is so new, I don't have lyrics that I can read ahead of time. Again, no idea what to expect. I like this idea of having to essentially burn things to the ground often when you are going through huge changes in life or when you need to essentially evolve to your next stage. Sometimes you just have to change. You have to get rid of walls. You have to get rid of any sort of barriers and and shake things up a whole bunch. The idea of getting lost to get found. You have to realize how lost you are to be able to move to the next step and admit that maybe you really aren't where you want to be at, even though that feels really scary in this age for some reason. It shouldn't be scary. Beautiful lyrics. I'm also getting all of the lyrics, which is fantastic. Thank you for great enunciation.
Had to learn, had to burn it all down. I had to get lost to get found.
Ooh, she had a slide really similar to his early one in there. One more time. Interesting how the stylization overlapped right there. Right there. That slide.
If these walls could talk.
Oh, so soft and light.
If these walls could talk.
So keep in mind, his voice is pretty low here, right? It's I think he sounds overall to me like a baritone. Now she comes in and she's singing the same pitches. She took it up, yeah, but she started on the same pitch for that phrase. It's amazing to hear what a difference there is between their two different timbres, their two different colors, but then how it works so well. I think that it's partly in the enunciation, just in the style that finds that beautiful combination. There's something magical there. I'm going to think about that for a while.
If these walls could talk.
She's got a great voice.
If these walls could talk, they'd tell the hell and the secrets the demons ask for. They see just how far I've come. If these walls could talk.
Okay, these two both have so much power available in their voice. It's amazing how their soft still is so powerful. Scott at one point did get like this really incredibly fluffy sound at the end of a phrase. I mentioned it when it happened, but just how they begin their individual verses, that was already, I'll say like from 1 to 10, that was around a 2 or 3 for them, right? That already is just so strong. This section, I think it demonstrates how if you're going to have such an incredibly powerful voice and you're going to duet with somebody, you need to be really careful about picking that duet partner, because his voice is so powerful in its own right? We've heard it for years and years and years, just being this powerhouse. Hers, luckily, maybe not luckily, hopefully with much, much strategy, they decided to do this together because hers is so powerful in such a different way. It's able to balance. I don't feel that there's any discrepancy in the power between the two of them. That's incredible to me. Both of them feel incredibly soulful. Again, chicken and waffles. Like the best of the chicken and waffles. Okay. Obviously, I must be hungry. I'm going to go eat after this. I'm going to go back. I'm going to point out some of the ways that they're balancing each other so beautifully.
These walls could talk.
If these walls could talk.
So I love the way he gets this drive with the grit in his voice. So he's got this power that has, oh my gosh, I have another food analogy, y'all. Sorry. He's like steel cut oatmeal here. It's powerful. It starts your day off great, probably even better than chicken and waffles. But it's got the grit, but it's got heft at the same time, even maybe a little air between it before it's been cooked. And then Hers, it's got more of that molasses kind of packing, right? It doesn't have the air. It just got so much body in the sound. It is, yeah, it really comes down to scientifically that full fold closure or having some air escaping through. And then what they're doing up here to shape the sound. Hers sounds like she's maybe got even more space right in there. He's got some space, but then he brings some grit in too. It's just so fascinating. The two of them work really well together.
If these walls could talk.
She reminds me a bit of Janis Joplin.
If these walls could talk,
Rah.
they'd tell the hell and the secrets the demons ask for.
Wow.
They see just how far I've come.
Both of these two singers have very low sitting voices. Hers is like especially low. And when we move up like this, it is partly so powerful because often people who have naturally lower sitting voices just are going to have naturally deeper, naturally thicker chords as well. So when you take it up like this, there is so much breath pressure that's being restrained to create this really powerful sound. And it is moving. It is really moving to hear it happening between two different people.
They tell the hell and the secrets the demons ask for.
The high here is awesome coming out.
They see just how far I've come.
Wow, I like the toss off for both of them at the end.
If these walls could talk,
There's your grunge mouth right there.
If these walls could talk.
Wow.
if these walls could
Ooh.
talk.
There was such beautiful dissonance in the harmony here. Right at the end, as they were getting softer, it wasn't getting softer in necessarily resolution because they put in that dissonant harmony there. It was more like, okay, the emotions have burst out. Maybe they're calming a little bit, but there's still a lot of pain inside.
If these walls
Right there.
could talk.
They were like a second apart, which is very dissonant right there. Oof. If that is an indication of everything else on Scott Stapp's new album, I am in. It was massive and so powerful and full of emotion while still having a stripped down feel to it. Plus, these voices just had so much power and so many feels. I love it when they hit me with the feels. I love it when I feel seen by music. Oh, beautiful. If you want to see some other songs that I think just hit in the best of ways, check out this playlist over here, and may you fall more in love with music every day.